Today we're going to take a look at how to access and use the Delaware Library Catalog. If you're on a computer at home or at school and you go to a regular search engine, you can type Delaware Library Catalog into the search bar and find it there. I actually have it saved as one of my favorites, so I'm going to choose it in this option right here. Now you're being brought to the general homepage for the Delaware Library Catalog. If you were standing in the library at one of their catalog computers, this is the screen that you're going to walk up to and you will see most of the time. It's the beginning of your search. So if you're looking for some information at home or at school, you get the same database and the same access that you would if you were standing in the library. Now I can simply type in the title of what I'm looking for. And I have an option to limit my information if I'd like to. I can choose what that information is going to tell me. What is this Hunger Games? It is not the author, it's not the subject. I know that it's a specific title, so I'm going to limit my choices by putting in title. Now over here I have the option of choosing what format I'd like to look for. I could just look for books or audiobooks or video, but for now I'm going to leave it on everything. All right, so now all of the choices have come up for the different options available under the category or under the search of Hunger Games. And you're going to see that I have more than just books coming up in my list because I did not limit my search over here. So we have a book option here. Here is an audiobook. Here's a downloadable book format. There's another book option. Here's a DVD. And you're also going to see other options that are not exactly what I was looking for. Here is a large print version of the book. All right, here's a tribute guide, which is not by the author of the original Hunger Games. It's sort of a, an additional item. Here's a guide to the Hunger Games. These aren't exactly what I want, so I'm going to go back up to the top. I know Suzanne Collins is the author of the book I'm looking for, so this is probably my best match. So now I see some information about this particular catalog entry. I've got basic information on title and author here. I've got a short summary. I've got a screenshot of the book itself, so I can see that yes, this is what I was looking for. But really important to me is how many copies are available under this entry and how many copies are available now. So there's 149 copies. Of that, 84 are available, meaning 84 copies are in a library on a shelf somewhere ready to be checked out. So that's really good information for me to use. I'm going to know that I'm probably going to be able to get a copy pretty quickly. So if I scroll down further, I'll be able to see where are all of these copies housed. All of the libraries in the system are listed here along with their locations, the items that they have and where they are located in the library. So for Appoquinimink, if I lived near Appoquinimink and I wanted to go to that library, I would not, unfortunately, be able to take out a copy of that book because the 3 copies they currently have are already checked out. So this gives me the location of where it should be on the shelf and where it is currently, the status. So this last column is the important one to check if you're getting ready to go to a library and you want to know if that book is there. Now, if I go down a little bit further, let's say I tried Ellesmere Library. Okay, Ellesmere Library has a number of copies as well. If I go over here to the 4th column, there are some of them checked out, but there are also some actually in the library on the shelf. One of them is in their teen, young adult fiction section, and one of them is in their paperback section for teens and young adults. So I actually have some good choices there, but unfortunately, if I don't live near Ellesmere, that's not really going to help me, is it? If I live in Appoquinimink, I don't want to drive all the way to Ellesmere. There's another option. I can place a hold on that book. So if I do that, I can choose this option here, or I can choose some more up here. If I go up to select an action, I can place a hold on that book. What that means is that a book will be sent from another library that has it on the shelf to the library that I choose where I would like to pick it up. So when you choose select an action here, you've also got some other options though. I can print this information. I can email this information to myself or someone else. And an interesting thing that I can do is I can actually create lists within my catalog account. If I wanted to keep track of everything I've read, everything I still want to read, or maybe books that I'm doing book reports on for school. So you can actually create those lists and then add to those lists when you look up items on the computer, which is a really handy thing to do. But at this point, all I want to do right now is to place a hold so that I can get a copy as quickly as possible. So now I'm going to type in my library card number. and my PIN number, which is my access code. You would set that up when you opened your account. Okay, now I actually live near Hockessin, so it knows that most of the time I will pick up my holds at Hockessin. In this case, though, if we're going to use our scenario of Appoquinimink Library, I'm going to put it on hold at Appoquinimink, and assumedly I live there, I'm going to pick it up there. So then I'm going to click on Place Hold. So now you see that it's telling you that your action has been successful. You have actually placed a hold on the Hunger Games. And what will happen now is that once that item comes in, it's being sent to Appoquinimink Library. I will get an email that tells me it's there and it's ready, and they will hold on to it for 7 days and leave it on the shelf there at the circulation desk, and I can stop in and pick it up and check it out with my card. So that's all there is to it. I hope that's given you some good information and made it really easy to understand how to work your way through searching for an item in the Delaware Library Catalog.